Hi, this is Josue Sanchez, and this is my project, Learning with VR and AR. This is my website that I created for the project. I'm just going to jump over here to my paper, Virtual Reality and Augmented Reality in English Language Arts Lessons for Learning. That is the title of my paper. Just to give you an idea of what the focus was, as I started my initial research, I found that there were um, not too many examples of how to use VR and AR in the English classroom. Now, I looked at several examples of how to use it in a math classroom, physics, science, all the STEM technologies, STEM subjects had examples of these things, but I think that this could also be useful in the arts as well. My target audience are English teachers looking to implement VR and AR in their classroom. So, right here, I added two videos. Um, my peer asked for a little more information here. And so I decided to design these two VR in the classroom and AR in the classroom videos to show people how to implement VR and AR quickly and affordably. Now, the reason I chose these two technologies, one, we're entering a remote learning um, time period in our particular district. So I needed to find ways to hook my students. I do a great job, I feel, in the classroom in person of hooking them. But I think with these two technologies, I can still grab their attention without actually being in front of them. And so the first technology that we're using for virtual reality is the Google Tour Creator. And what I've designed here is a tour of Langston Hughes's um, life. And this would be used for an introductory segment on Langston Hughes. And the student can take the tour on their own or with the teacher. It has information about Langston Hughes. And of course, there we go. Um, and this tour can be used on the desktop, or it can be used using the VR headsets. We go to his house when he was in high school. We look at Columbia University, and with each scene, there is a different poem. So this would be a great way for me to introduce the poetry and also introduce a little bit about the places where he lived. So now jumping over to my AR segment, what I've done here is created a PDF of Shakespeare's Sonnet 18. And using the AR Tutor application, students can scan the PDF with their phones, and a introductory video of this sonnet will pop up as they scan the document. And so this could be a way for students to interact on their own with the document without me actually being in front of them giving them a lecture. As long as they have access to their smartphone device and a PDF or a printout of this, they could have a lesson experience without actually having a teacher. That's why it's called a tutor. So this is a really interesting use of the AR applications. And lastly, I'd like to share that I think it's important that these two technologies can be implemented in a classroom. Now, this was a big undertaking to learn them, but I'm hoping that as I show my teachers at school that with a little bit of practice, these two technologies can be part of their everyday lessons. Um, and so that is really important for me to kind of share with you all that AR and VR are not just technologies for gaming, but they do have real, educational purpose. And what makes this project special to me was that I was able to create all of the media that is on the page as far as pictures and videos go. Um, I think that that will also be helpful for my teachers to see as we prepare for remote learning that it is possible to create a website using Wix or Google Sites, but that you can create your own video to instruct. And with a little bit of practice, it becomes pretty easy that you can put your own pictures on a website in a way that helps the website, do what it's supposed to do. So I was very happy that I got the opportunity to do this and develop my site from the ground up. Thank you for listening.